Tonight, the newly formed Western Residents Association of West Vancouver, and we have David Thomas before us. Good evening.
Mr. Mayor, councillors, thank you for having us tonight. I'm here to tell you about something that...
Could you introduce yourself, please?
Oh, yes, of course. David Thomas. I live at 5696 Eagle Harbor Road. And I'm here to advise everyone here and the public in general that a new group is being formed out in the western part of West Vancouver, and we're calling ourselves the Western Residents Association of West Vancouver. This started a few months ago around a kitchen table. A number of residents from the different communities out in the west decided that it would be a good idea if we had one body that could represent the interests of all of us who live in the western part, which is roughly sort of Eagle Harbor West, Eagle Harbor, Eagle Ridge, Glen Eagles, White Cliff, Horseshoe Bay, Copper Cove, and Eagle Island. And we feel that it would be good for us to have this sort of a blanket group that would work hand in hand with some of the already existing ratepayers associations that are out there. It's our goal to work together with everyone and to be as inclusive as possible. And I note that some of the areas out there are not currently represented by a specific ratepayers association, such as White Cliff or Eagle Harbor. So our goal there is to provide some sort of a unified voice for the West on issues such as development in Horseshoe Bay, dealing with BC Ferries, the Western Community Center, and tourism in that part of the community. We had our first formal meeting on the 16th of May where a group of interested people met, and we decided to appoint an interim executive. Our goal is to after we formalize the Society under the BC Society Act, we'll have a general meeting in the fall and appoint a regular executive and board for the following year. But in the interim, we nominated a group. The chair of our group is, for the interim period, going to be Liz Bird. I am going to be the vice chair. Our treasurer will be John Roberts. And because she missed the meeting, Carol Hanlon is going to be a secretary. That works. I don't know if he knows that yet.
It's a very democratic organization, I'm sure.
Some of the other members at large are names I'm sure familiar with most of you here. John Moonen, who's involved with the CAFTA group, is volunteered to be organizing as well. Debbie Cottrell is quite involved with the Parents Advisory Committee. And Glen Eagles is also with us. Dave Patrick from Horseshoe Bay. Mary Foley is going to be representing folks from the Eagle Harbor area. Peter Boughtonhouse from White Cliff. Klaus Schoenberg from Copper Cove. Jeff Peterson from Glen Eagles. If anyone's out there, we're looking for somebody who lives in Eagle Ridge and somebody who lives on Eagle Island who'd like to get involved with us. And we have a number of members at large who are going to sit on our interim board. Again, no strangers to this group. Roger Caford, Michael Evison, Keith Goddard, Carl Parker, convinced my old neighbor Mark Sager to come out and give us a bit of advice, so he's going to help us as well. And Dan Sewell from Horseshoe Bay is going to be on our interim board. So, and one more person, Carol Hassel, will also be on our interim board. So thank you for your time tonight, and I'm sure you'll hear more from us in the coming months. As I say, we're looking forward to working together with Council to make West Vancouver a better community. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Are there any questions that Councillor Haycock? Mr. Thomas?
Dave, you mentioned a number of specific areas that the organization will represent, and I'm wondering if those are specified in your constitution or terms of reference, because there are also a number of areas contiguous to that geographic area that have ratepayers associations that have, for whatever reason, not been very active, but who share similar concerns around recreation center, traffic related to Horseshoe Bay and BC Ferries and so on. So I guess my question is whether or not you're considering expanding somewhat beyond the areas you mentioned, or whether you're open to that suggestion. Yeah,
we debated that at some length, and we decided that it would be a better idea not to have a hard line drawn on the map as to where we represent. We feel, roughly west of Caulfield, it would, the people who live in that area tend to have the similar kind of housing and similar kinds of concerns, and we felt that probably made sense, but we would like to feel that we're open to anybody who considers themselves a resident of Western West Vancouver. And again, it's our hope and desire to work in hand with some of the existing ratepayers associations. We haven't been in touch with all of them yet, but those that we have spoken with seem very supportive of this. So, as I said, hopefully we'll have more people coming forward, and if we can work together, we're happy to do that.
Thank you.
Any questions? Thanks.
Thank you very much. Might be an opportune time to suggest that as of Friday, we received an updated report from BC Ferries, which is now a public document. We'll be receiving it later tonight. Those in the public who wish a copy of it are welcome to it as of tomorrow morning. I imagine there's a fee associated with that, with the copying and what have you. But the important issue is that there will be a public meeting initiated by this council to be held at the Glen Eagles Golf Club on Tuesday, the 13th of...
Change that.
Pardon me?
Maybe not change that?
Yeah.
Maybe not change that,
May we not change?
the place?
We haven't decided that. The current location, may I say then, and if it's going to be changed, we'll advertise that. The current location is the Glen Eagles Golf Club, in that the school and so on is not available that evening. So it is June the 13th, starting at 7:30. And the location, if it is changed from the Glen Eagles Golf Course, will be advertised widely. So it's an opportune time to mention that, I think. Councillor Dermott.
Mr. Mayor,